Sites, alhamdulillah.
Assalamu alaikum.
Who is Allah?
Maybe we'll even see somebody enter into Islam.
Excuse me, do you believe in God?
Why do we call him Allah?
One more time, everyone. Okay, good.
These are the ones that we're going to be mailing out. Ilaha. Illa. Allah.
And I bear witness. That Muhammad.
And that's right, we're right across the river from Palestine, as a matter of fact, here in Aqaba. The new moon, the Hilal, has been sighted for the month of Shawwal.
When the adhan is called, it doesn't matter where you are. You go and you make your salah, alhamdulillah.
Now, I think this is something that inshallah ta'ala will all be able to benefit from.
Log in now and make your contribution to support your favorite project at donatetoislam.com.
Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi barakatuh. You're watching Guidance TV, coming to you almost live from our studios right here in Southern California. I'm your host, Yusuf Estes, and for the next little while, actually 2 hours, we're going to have a special program. We call it the Mini Marathon, which is actually a oxymoron, because marathon means big and mini means small. Anyway, to help us with our mini marathon tonight, we have Dr. Sultan, all the way from St. Louis, Missouri. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.
Doctor, did you notice that I'm wearing my mask tonight?
Yes, and I am socially safe. I'm the only one in my room, and my wife is about 50 feet away from me.
All right.
So I can enjoy the social freedom, but you don't.
All right. Well, okay. That works. That works. Now, what I want to do next is, I think I'm going to take this off because I really don't need it right now. But I'm having a little bit of fun without that. Yeah. This, by the way, behind me right here, this is the Guide Us TV promotion for Recite on TV. Let me see if I can adjust that a little bit and take me out of that. Let's see. Yeah, this is how we can do it. Watch this, guys. Oh, there, I erased myself right out of the picture. We want to really promote Recite on TV tonight, guys, and let me tell you why. Because, you know, Guide Us TV is well known for being what? Of Muslims in America. And that being said, we'd like to have the voice of our children reciting the Quran right out here the same way. And we can do that. Yep, we can do that. Here's how. You go to Recite on TV, the website right behind me, and you upload a video of your child or, you know, the children reciting the Quran. Make the video, go to the website, and then upload it. You'll see all the instructions are there, even the basics of how to get something going for the video, then help you get it uploaded, and then we have a contest. So it's not just reciting on TV for the fun of it, it's also the accomplishment of seeing something really go. And in order to do this, we asked a panel of judges to help us in the judging. And then after they judge that, we'll award the very first prize, the one they say is the best reciter. One year we had two, they couldn't decide, so we had to give two prizes. Yep. This year we have $1,000 for first place. $1,000 for first place. And then second place, $100. Third place, $100. Fourth place, $100, and so on like that for 10 places. And everybody who enters the contest, every single one will get a prize. We will give a gift for anybody who will upload, and it will be a nice little surprise for them. And we hope, inshallah, that everybody will maintain this good idea. And here again, you can see it more. If I move out of the way a little bit, let's see, like that, reciteontv.com. You see that? Okay. There's a .com behind that. All right, Doctor, I want to come back to you now and let you tell us a little bit about what's going on in your area.
Yes, I will. One thing, as you're promoting Quran on TV, I want to ask you, is there an age limit on that? Is there an age limit?
That's a good question. That is a good question. We've never put an age limit on it, but most of the time the adults realize that this is for children, so they don't want to compete with them. For two reasons. Number one, let the children have their fun. And number two, yeah, you don't like to be shown up by a little kid, right?
Just wanted to clarify, Okay. Today I will bring up, so far we've been talking about the bad news. Today we're going to be talking about some good news, some practical aspect. The situation is the same in St. Louis area as in other bad areas of the country. Not as bad, but is the same thing. We are all prone to have infection if we do not take proper precautions and don't wash our hands, do not have social distancing, do not have masking, and so on and so forth, personal hygiene. Yes, we are risking ourselves and also risking other people. But all this, among this, all bad things, what is the good news? The good news is health tip I'm going to give you today that will build up your immunity against not only coronavirus, but generally viruses and infections and so forth. There are three important, simple, very inexpensive nutrients you can take to boost up your immunity. Number one is take some vitamin C. Take it daily. Number two, take some vitamin D. As little as 1,000 units a day would do the job, you see. And because all these things build up the immunity. And number three, most important thing, you can buy over the counter all these things, including zinc. Take about 50 milligram of zinc a day. And also, one thing we were talking about is gargle with table salt and warm water. These are the things that are not typically mentioned in the news media, so that's why I'm bringing it up. Take about half a teaspoon of table salt, put in about, 3/4 of a teaspoon and 8 ounces of water. That will make it a strong salt and water solution. Sniff in your nose and sinuses with neti pot, or just pour in your hands and nose and sinuses, and also gargles, because you want to limit this virus in the upper area. You do not want it to go into the lungs. When you go to the lungs, then you got a bad situation. So inshallah, with this common sense things which you have learned on the media and a few things uncommon, I talked to you about 4 things. Again, vitamin C, vitamin D, zinc, and saline gargles to upper nasal passages and throat. Well, hopefully that will keep the bug away.
Well, that sounds reasonable. I hope that all of us can apply this, the good idea for building our immune system. The black seed, that is something I keep hearing from a lot of the Muslims, but I'm starting to hear about the black seed from non-Muslim practitioners telling us the advantages of just taking a half a teaspoon in the morning, half a teaspoon at night, something like that for the oil, or taking one of those little capsules in the morning and night. What about that?
Well, that's an important part of the building immunity. I have not read much about it, so I cannot give you the details. But everything what I've heard on the media and discussion with other physicians is that it builds up the immunity. But I have myself personally not studied enough yet. You see, yet. The key word is yet. But I'm getting interested in exploring that aspect.
Doctor, have you ever used the black seed?
Well, I have asked one of my friends to send me some black seed, and I'm going to try it myself, you see. And because anything I recommend to anybody, I tried it myself first. Of course, need to be safe things, you know. So
that makes
a
lot of sense.
To try
yeah.
Because I've heard enough good things about it, and
yeah, it was the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam that told us that the black seed is a cure for anything except death. Did you hear about that?
Well, I have heard about that, and also I've heard that this is a little weak hadith, so I cannot really comment on that because I've heard both sides of the story. But again, it has health benefits as I have been able to know to some degree, and I'm going to further explore it.
Alhamdulillah. I think that's a great idea. Tell us about what's going on with the virus across the country. Is it getting any better? Are we seeing an increase in the cases? What about that?
Oh my God! It is it's just flaring up, and unfortunately, nothing on a big level is being done. Only on local levels, the states and states level, it is being taken very serious, like Florida, like Texas, and a few other states. But unfortunately, on a bigger level, this is what is a principle. It has to be up to me. No one is coming to my rescue. So every state has to look for its own interests at its own and for its own people, and don't expect any big hand from here or there or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yes, we understand completely what you're talking about. I hope, inshallah, God willing, that we're going to see some organization come up with a solution or sort of a immunization, injection, or something that's going to cure this, like they've had in the past. Is that on the horizon?
Yeah, one of the things, this is the biggest folly of mankind, in the field of medicine. The patient says, "Doc, give me something to fix my problem." If you get more sick, you go to the doctor and say, "Doc, give me something more to fix my problem." And you get more sick, you go to the doctor and say, "Give me some more to take on my problem." But life is about balancing. You got to take something, and you got to get rid of something, you see. So in that personal responsibility, you have to get go certain things. You have to get go smoking, you have to get go drugs, you have to get go alcohol, you have to get go bad habits, you have to get go staying late at night. So these are the things you got to do. So I always tell my patients when they come with sickness, it is it's a balancing act. You have to do something more responsible. Eat healthy, have clean air, have clean food, have clean water. And then on top of that, yes, I can give you this or that. But as a general rule, I tell you, there is no drug that can cure most of the ailments the man is inflicted. There's no medication that will fix your blood pressure. There's no medication will fix your angina. There's no blood pressure medication. There's no medication that will depression. So you have to take responsibility yourself and look for the underlying causes, that would mean that it is, you see, let me put for our audience a very simple way of thinking about your chronic illnesses. And that is, it is always an excess of something like smoking, smoking, alcohol, drugs, etc., etc., just excess of some toxin in your environment. And number two, it is a deficiency of some nutrients, just as I just talked about zinc and vitamin C and vitamin C, so on and so forth. So this is a balancing act that we need to do. So expecting that a magic vaccination will come and you can smoke and will come and will take care of everything. Now, another way of putting this perspective is, you know what? You can smoke, breathe, and eat anything because we got a magic pill for everything. Why you worry about all those lifestyle changes, blah, 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 you know? That is a prescription for destruction. So we have to take responsibility. And this is one of the things that I and Dr. Adil, who's also a physician, comes in here to bring these tips, health tips to you guys.
MashaAllah. I see Dr. Adil's here. MashaAllah. Speak of the doctor and he shall appear. MashaAllah. Assalamu alaikum, Dr. Adil. How are you?
Alhamdulillah.
Yeah, Dr. Sultan was just talking about you, and I looked up and then I saw you there. I said, oh, it's time to bring you in. Assalamu alaikum, doctor.
Alhamdulillah, we speak the same language.
Yeah.
You know, prevention and wellness. That's it.
MashaAllah. Well, Dr. Sultan, what do you think if we ask him about if he's got some good news? Because you started with good news, so I want him to start with the good news too. Inshallah.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. Always good news. Good news is that, you know, the only answer to everything that's happening is to work on improving, you know, your status. And if you do that, bullet that everybody's looking for. So, you know, it requires a little bit of homework. It requires also a lot of faith and iman in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But this is a more durable prescription rather than what you call cheap shots here and there without really changing the lifestyle and doing the right things, because this is it in terms of putting someone on the right track. So we still have in Florida, as you know, some of the beaches have been shot, South Florida, and the cases continue to rise. But I believe, you know, this is only the summer. So the people really have to adapt this mentality of prevention and wellness. Put all precautions before you wait till something bad happens, and then I should have, could have. So that should be the right attitude, to be on the forefront, ahead of the game, rather than wait for something and then kind of chase it down.
Doctor, we can't really hear you very good. I'm trying to give you the sign to increase the volume, if you could. Go ahead.
Okay. Need some more coffee, I guess.
Hey, you know what? I'm ready.
In the morning, in New York City, when somebody, you know, give a morning report and go like this, you know, everyone asks, did you have diabetes this morning?
There you go.
So,
yeah, but we can't give free ads for cereal. So, but I don't mind giving a general ad for my favorite drink, which is coffee. I know Dr. Sultan does not like coffee. He has a thing about it, but everything I read about it says it actually can help, and even the immune system. Have you read about that, Dando?
Coffee is good within limits. And if you exceed those limits, like everything in life. Then you have the palpitations, you have the reflux, you have insomnia, you have irritability, you have, so like everything in life. But it's a good, in the morning, if you have to, work on something, a project, it refreshes your mind. It helps with a little bit of black seed. I think it sharpens your brains, and it helps to concentrate. Don't take it late at night because it will keep you awake and give you palpitations, and a little heartburn as well. So, but moderation, 1 or 2 cups a day, I think that's reasonable.
You're okay with that?
I'm, most of the data.
You're watching
I remember back in the 80s, they were saying, oh, well, coffee has something to do with pancreatic cancer, and then later it wasn't. Then went back, and I want to let people know that the best coffee ever is the Arabian coffee. In Saudi Arabia, I know I had it, and I buy it sometime from the local store. It's like green coffee. It has no caffeine. It sharpens your brain, and it does not give you palpitations. So, and it gives you that a huge surge of energy. It comes in a little, served in a little cup. So it's a very good, and it's immune stimulant as well. So, check it out. That's if somebody have issues with palpitations, but they would love to get the surge of energy and concentration with coffee. That could be a great alternative. To have that without the palpitations.
Is that better than some of the cola drinks?
The energy drink should be out completely. I'm glad you mentioned that because
not energy, just cola. I didn't want to say the brand.
Okay.
I
for all the sweetened, let's put it, the sweetened drinks as well, the energy drinks, they all come in category that is not healthy, because it can lead to diabetes, again, heartburn. It interfere with the absorption of important elements of the blood in it. And I tell everybody, please, I beg you, do not drink those drinks, soda drinks, especially at the time.
Okay, now you can bring in the energy drinks. Tell us about the energy drinks. What do you think?
I'm just finishing the point that I was saying. If you fast 16 hours, 18 hours, do not bring soda. Do not drink soda because at the time of breaking the fast, because that will lead to injury of the kidney functions. You start to breaking the fast with water. But the energy drinks, which a lot of people are not aware of the bad side effects of it, that definitely include jitterness, irritability, palpitations. Some of them, along with other, in combination with other drugs, may lead to fatal heart rhythms, disturbance. So it's very, very important for people to realize that, there are a lot of bad side effects of the energy drinks. A lot of people are not aware of, along with the sweetens and so on, and the carcinogens or the cancer-producing substances, and sometimes they put in the artificial sweeteners. So there's a whole bunch of unhealthy stuff that everybody should be aware of, everybody needs a little boost of energy, but I think that comes naturally from the good fresh fruits and vegetables, and also you could have it within limits of coffee or the green coffee that you can try, and ultimately, okay, very good. Here you go. So you went out and you got this and said, "Akram Daifak, treat your guest with this kind of coffee." So I'm not making things up. This stuff really exists. And this stuff is really good, and it's affordable. And for those who'd like just to try something different, I have a problem with my heart is very irritable. It gets irritable if I drink the real coffee, but I want to have the taste of coffee and the sharpness, the mental sharpness that comes along with it. So that will be a great option to drink, to enjoy the flavor without the palpitations, because it's caffeine free. It's a natural coffee.
MashaAllah. Well, the other thing that we've been talking about is our Recite on
watching
TV.
the newsroom.
I got that right behind me.
Islam newsroom. The news you want
and
when you want it.
The beautiful thing about Recite on TV
now
is
we have some websites, alhamdulillah.
is the voice for Islam in America.
Who is Allah?
Maybe we'll even see somebody enter into Islam.
For everywhere in the world.
Why do we call
this is
him
why
Allah?
every year we
One more
have
time,
this
everyone.
Recite on TV contest.
Okay, good.
These are the ones that we're going to be mailing out.
But
Ilaha.
go to reciteontv.com.
Illa
You'll
Allah.
find out the
I bear witness
instructions, rules, and regulations so that you can enter the contest.
That's right, we're right across the river from Palestine. As a matter of fact, here in
And then
Aqaba, the new
we
moon, the
have
Hilal,
right
has been
at the
sighted for the
time
month of
of the
Shawwal.
When the adhan is called, it doesn't matter where you are. You go and you make your salah, alhamdulillah.
Now, I think this is something that inshallah ta'ala will all be able to benefit from.
Winners and so on, but there will be prizes given out. $1,000 we'll be giving to the child who has the best, according to the judges, the best recitation.
Your audio is mixing. Go back to
Log in now and make.
Okay, I've been told that our audio is mixing up with something else. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I don't know what happened.
Take a break.
But he said take a break. All right, we're going to take this break. We'll be right back.
You're watching the newsroom, Islam newsroom. The news you want when you want it, from the Islamic perspective.
Now we have some websites, alhamdulillah.
Assalamu alaikum.
Who is Allah?
Maybe we'll even see somebody enter into Islam.
Excuse me, do you believe in God?
Why do we call him Allah?
One more time, everyone. Okay, good.
These are the ones that we're going to be mailing out.
Ilaha. Illa Allah.
And I bear witness that Muhammad.
That's right, we're right across the river from Palestine. As a matter of fact, here in Aqaba, the new moon, the Hilal, has been sighted for the month of Shawwal.
When the adhan is called, it doesn't matter where you are. You go and you make your salah, alhamdulillah.
Now, I think this is something that inshallah ta'ala will all be able to benefit from.
Log in now and make your contribution today to support your favorite project at donatetoislam.com.
And we're back. I told you that we would just take a minute or two, and we are right talking today with our scholars of, well, actually doctors of medicine, talking about the virus and all about that. But also along the way, we've been talking about Recite on TV. So if you just tuned in, I'd like to repeat, without the background sounds, what I was saying just before we took the break. And that is that Guidance TV is the voice of Islam in America. All across the United States and Canada, we've been broadcasting for 10 years on satellite, Galaxy 19, and there are many other places that we broadcast at the same time, on our apps, on the websites, and social media. But the main thing is that we're talking about this focus of the satellite for right here in America, to have the representation or voice, the narrative, from our perspective. And that's one thing. But how about having the voice of our children all around the world? Yeah. And entering into every house so that every child can have the opportunity to learn, recite, record, upload, and even win a prize, because everyone who takes the time to join us with this, we will be sure that they receive a gift, a free gift. There's no admission charge, there's no sign-up charge. There's nothing involved. There's no advertising or of any kind. It's just a straight up contest that if you win, you win. $1,000 for the prize, first prize. Then the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, and 10th prizes are all $100. And then on top of that, every child who recites and puts up a video on there will receive a free gift from Guidance TV. We pay the postage. There is no charge whatsoever to you guys. So I encourage you to do that as soon as possible. Now, in order to do that, one of the things that you might like to know is that you do have time right now to record it and get it up, because the final judgment is only going to happen in the last days of Hajj. Then on the final day of Hajj, on the 10th of Dhul Hijjah, the month of Dhul Hijjah, then we will announce the winner. So all of the winners, actually. So I would like to encourage you to join up and share with us and be a part of this. I think it's a real good thing for all of us to consider. And here's how. Just go to reciteontv.com. reciteontv.com. And then you and your family will have a chance to, I think, really enjoy something different, something that you'll long remember for as long as we have the website there, inshallah. So, okay, let's go on now back to our regular program, already in progress. Where was Dr. Sultan? He took a break. Okay, Dr. Adil. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
We've been talking about the Recite on TV project. What's your take on that?
Well, the Quran is the most beautiful thing in anybody's life. Everybody should be in getting to the habit of reading Quran, sharing Quran, understanding Quran. And I'm actually, this is the few more ayahs as the last of the Quran series. If you want to share it, that kind of get everybody.
Sure, that's a good idea. You know what though, Dr. Sultan, I asked him what his take was on it. The first thing he asked me, are you ready?
Yes. Go ahead.
Is there any age limit?
That's good. The Quran, by the way, the Quran does a lot of other things health-wise. It reverses aging, it prevents Alzheimer, and it enlightens the heart, and it energizes the heart and the body. When reading, this is all additional bonuses. So it's kind of nice, really, reading the Word of Allah and getting all those benefits. There's no other book that does that.
Well, let's get started if you like.
Surah Al-Munafiqun is number 63, ayah number 3.
63, number 3?
Yes.
All right, let's see if we can pull that up right now.
ذلك بأنهم آمنوا ثم كفروا فطبع على قلوبهم فهم لا يفقهون.
Oh yeah, and the ayah number again?
3.
All right, let's listen to it, inshallah. Here we go. I don't hear anything.
Not yet.
I don't hear anything. It's supposed to be playing.
So those who believe and then they have turned away from the belief and they become disbelievers. So what happened? The God has put, they put the stamp, the bad stamp on their hearts. فَهُمْ لَا يَفْقَهُونَ. Then they will never understand. They will never be able to benefit from the Quran because they became disbeliever. And that is the is one thing, is a punishment to have their stamp on the heart for being disbelieved or being someone who does not believe in Allah. So they're not going to get the benefit of guidance of the Quran to be a guidance and a cure. We could try Surah Al-Taghabun, which is 64, ayah number 11. ما أصاب من مصيبة إلا بإذن الله ومن يؤمن بالله يهدي قلبه والله بكل شيء عليم. For anyone who had a calamity or a test from Allah, trial and tribulation, it will never happen except with the permission of Allah. وَمَنْ يُؤْمِنْ بِاللَّهِ يَهْدِي قَلْبَهُ. This is the most assuring ayah that will put tranquility and peace in everybody's heart. If you believe in Allah, Allah will guide your heart. So no panic, no fear, no anxiety. Wallahu bikulli shay'in alim. Allah knows everything. So no matter what you turn on TV or radio or newspaper or anything like that, and you see something that will start to get you anxious and worried and so on, just remember this ayah in Surah Al-Taghabun, verses number 11. ما أصاب من مصيبة إلا بإذن الله. No corona or a virus or any other virus or any other calamity or harm will touch you except with the permission of Allah. وَمَنْ يُؤْمِنْ بِاللَّهِ. Whoever believes in Allah, God Almighty, يَهْدِي قَلْبَهُ, will guide his heart and will calm his heart and will give peace and tranquility. Maybe when everybody else is in turmoil and all that, you'll be looking, wow, everything is okay, alhamdulillah. And this is the beauty of having the connection with Allah. Wallahu bikulli shay'in alim. And Allah knows everything. In Surah Al-Tahrim, which is Surah number 66, ayah number 4, إن تتوبا إلى الله فقد صغت قلوبكما وإن تظاهرا عليه فإن الله هو مولاه وجبريل وصالح المؤمنين والملائكة بعد ذلك ظهير. So if you give repentance to Allah, then that means that your heart have responded to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because Allah, He's the Mawla, He's the supporter. And we have also Angel Gabriel, وصالح المؤمنين, and the good believers, والملائكة, and the angels. بعد ذلك ظهير. This is like another additional layer of support for the believers when they repent to God and go back to Him. Because we're all could distract and go a little bit further out from the Sirat al-Mustaqim, but when we repent to Allah, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives us all the support. In Surah Al-Mulk, which is number 67, ayah 23, this ayah will be will be intercede on our behalf. Whoever reads this Surah Al-Mulk on daily basis will intercede on his or your behalf on the day of judgment. So it's very, very important, to give that extra protection by reading Surah Al-Mulk. And remember, in this ayah, in 23, قل هو الذي أنشأكم وجعل لكم السمع والأبصار والأفئدة قليلا ما تشكرون. Yes, Allah, who is basically have formed our body, أنشأكم, like establishing a structure or a building. Allah had established us, from a clot to sperm and ovum, all the way to the human being, and Allah made us the sama, the hearing, al-abasar, the vision, wal-af'ida, the heart. قَلِيلًا مَا تَشْكُرُونَ. We thank Allah very little. We should be thanking Allah, God Almighty, much, much more for all the endless blessings that He, provided us with. And then finally, in Surah Al-Nazi'at, which is number 8, Allah is describing the hearts at the day of judgment. قلوب يومئذ واجفة أبصارها خاشعة. It's a very important kind of scene, if you would, that Allah on the day of judgment is describing the hearts that are very, very kind of fearing hearts. أبصارها خاشعة, and then the vision of which is kind of low and humbled. So if we learned from all this series of the heart series that have been, and that was the last one, we had 132 ayahs that we went over all this last 3.5 weeks or so, talking about the heart series in the Quran and how it is how the heart flips, and how the heart could have a stamp on the heart, and how could have a shield that will not understand what the word of Allah is. And on the other side, how could you have a heart that will go and trembles and will shake, and then will have the goosebumps in the skin, and then will have tears in the eye? How would you have empty heart? How would you have hearts in that will go up to the throat as a reflection of extreme fear and panic? How would you have hearts that keeps flipping back and forth and repent to Allah? How you could have air hearts that's full of air? How could you have hearts that doesn't comprehend? And how you could have a doubting heart, or a deceptive heart, or distracted heart? And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has put all this for us to really increase our iman. And again, it starts with sama and basar. It starts with what you hear and what you see, and then process into the heart, and that reflects on your deeds. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala keeps our heart. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he used to have this beautiful dua: Ya muqallib al-qulub thabbit qalbi ala dinik. Oh, Ya Allah, you the one who flips the heart, because that comes from qalaba, which flip. Ya muqallib al-qulub thabbit qalbi ala dinik. Oh Allah, hold my heart firmly on your deen and on your belief, on the word of Allah and Islam and the faith, till we meet our Creator. So I hope this series has benefited, and we have colors in Islam for the kids and for everybody to get excited as well. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has so many artistic things in the Quran about the colors, and each color has significance that is reflected, because Allah is talking to us with a language that we can actually understand and can relate to our daily lives. And I see Dr. Sultan is back. May Allah bless you for the prayer.
Alhamdulillah for that. Let's bring him back in and find out what he's been doing out here. Assalamu alaikum, Dr. Sultan. Tell us a little bit. Tell our viewers why we take these breaks. What's going on with that?
Well, we take break number one because we have to say our salahs, and number two is we want to bring message in the form of displays that what we are and what we are about and what messages we have, and this is how the things work.
Tell us tell them what the word salah, what does that mean?
Salah means connection with Allah Ta'ala.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
that is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
So you just came back from being connected up with the Almighty Allah.
and now I'm connected with you guys, you see.
Yeah, you're connected with the whole world now. MashaAllah.
Yeah, mashallah.
I like
that's the positive energy that you get and you share.
That's the blessing of salah.
Yeah, it is. MashaAllah. Yeah. We're glad that you made this connection, and we're asking Allah that you always make your connection and include us in the du'as, in the prayers. Alhamdulillah. Thank you for that. Dr. Sultan, we've been working with Dr. Adil on this project for a long time about the hearts, and he concluded it tonight, and he mentioned that we'd had about 130, well, how many times mentioned?
132 times with the Quran.
132. So when we talk about the heart and the reference in the Quran about this, Dr. Sultan, do you see a practical application from this for the believers to read, study, and think about this? Talk about it.
Absolutely. Because, things that arise out of your heart, of your inside, around that's the inner soul. The heart is the inner soul where the ideas take place. And when you are convinced in your heart that this is a good thing to do, only then the message will go to your brain and you'll find how you're going to implement that in your life. So our hearts should be clean. We should be open to all the ideas and suggestions which are around us, and let our heart guide us what is right and what is wrong, and let Allah Ta'ala give us the guidance to listen to our heart, which takes us towards Him, and keep us away from the ideas that get us away from Allah Ta'ala and His remembrance. It is the heart that will determine.
All right, let's. We've got a caller here, so I think it's a good chance for us to take the phone call and see what we got. MashaAllah. MashaAllah. Yes, I hope you were patient enough to stay with us. Assalamu alaikum. Wa alaikum salam rahmatullahi barakatuh. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm good.
All right. What's your name? All right. And where are you? Where are you located? California. MashaAllah. Would you like to recite on TV for us tonight?
Yes.
Okay. What would you like to recite for us?
Surah Shams.
Surah what?
Shams.
Shams.
Shams? I didn't understand what you said. Do you know the number of it?
Shams. Surah Shams. Okay.
Okay.
وَالشَّمْسِ وَضُحَاهَا. What's the other name of it? All right. Okay.
Yeah, it's Surah number 91. Shams.
91. Okay. All right. 91. Shams. Yeah, I was looking. Yeah, it's under the A's. All right. Okay, go ahead.
والشمس وضحاها والقمر إذا تلاها والنهار إذا جلاها
والليل
إذا جلاها والنهار إذا
والسماء وما بناها
والسماء بناها والأرض وما طحاها ونفس وما سواها فألهمها فجورها وتقواها قد أفلح من زكاها وقد خاب من دساها كذبت ثمود بسواها إذ انبعث أشقاها فقال لهم رسولنا ناقة الله فاستاها فكذبوه فعقرها فدمدم عليهم ربهم بذنبهم فتوها ولا يخاف عقباها.
MashaAllah. MashaAllah. I like that. You did a good job. Nice job. Are you going to record this and put it on Recite on TV?
Yes.
You are?
Yes, inshallah.
Inshallah. All right. ReciteOnTV.com. That's where you'll get all of the information that you need to know about so that you can record it and upload it, and maybe you'll even win the first prize. What do you think about that idea?
Wonderful.
MashaAllah. Okay, thank you for calling us and thank you for reciting, okay? Wa alaikum salam rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Oh, I forgot to ask him, how old is he? I forgot to ask. Because some of the some children we have are 5 years old, 3 years old, memorizing the entire Quran, and that's an amazing thing. Even to memorize just one chapter of the Quran for a 3-year-old child and understand the importance of what they're doing. This is an amazing thing. I love this so much. This is one of my favorite times of the year, one of my favorite projects. It's very inclusive, and at the same time it gives us an opportunity to reach out and actually be part of the lives of these wonderful children.
Yeah.
Dr. Sultan, how do you feel about it?
Oh, absolutely. Elated. Is Allah Ta'ala's blessing. You know, one thing, it is such a miracle of Quran. There are certain things that I have to kind of memorize in medicine, be able to present to the patients. But, I never can reproduce 100% all the time. But when it comes to Quran, it is reproducible 100% and learning with least amount of effort. And what I'm talking to you right now, if you asked me a minute ago, later, repeat exactly what you said. Well, I can tell you approximately what I said, but I cannot say per verbatim what I said. But Quran is a miracle that anyone who memorizes part or whole of it can say per verbatim. You see, not only verbatim, but all the ups and downs of the sounds of alphabets, they come out perfect.
Yeah, and I like the idea that the children have an opportunity to record and put this up, and then they go back to some of the ones that did it 10 years ago. One of the boy who won the contest 10 years ago was in Columbus, Ohio. And then I met him a few years back, and he's a big guy now, and I was talking to him, and he was, we were remembering it, recalling it and everything, and I think it helped inspire him in a lot of ways. Oh, we got another caller here. Let's take this caller. All right. Salam alaikum, caller. Where are you calling me from? Oh, yes. Listen to the phone. Be sure you listen to the phone. Don't listen to the TV because that's long afterward. Don't talk to the TV. Talk to the phone. Okay. Assalamu alaikum.
Okay. Walaikum salam.
What's your name? Where are you calling from?
I'm from Massachusetts, and my name is Raida.
MashaAllah. How old are you?
I'm 10.
10 years old. All right. And what would you like to recite for us tonight?
Can I read Yasin?
Surah Yasin. Oh, okay. That's number 36, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. And you want to start at the beginning?
Yeah.
All righty. Let's listen to Surah Yasin. Go ahead.
Right, 36.
الرحمن الرحيم ياسين والقرآن الحكيم إنك لمن المرسلين على صراط مستقيم تنزيل العزيز الرحيم لتنذر قوما.
Okay, you need to really be a lot louder because you're fading out. You're fading out. Hello? We need you to increase your volume. Be louder. Ayah number 6. Litundira.
Okay. لتنذر قوما ما أنذر آباؤهم فهم غافلون لقد حق القول على أكثرهم فهم لا يؤمنون إنا جعلنا في أعناقهم أغلالا فهي إلى الأذقان فهم مقمحون وجعلنا من بين أيديهم سدا ومن خلفهم سدا فأغشيناهم فهم لا يبصرون وسواء عليهم أأنذرتهم أم لم تنذرهم لا يؤمنون إنما تنذر من اتبع الذكر وخشي الرحمن بالغيب فبشره بمغفرة وأجر كريم إنا نحن نحيي الموتى ونكتب ما قدموا وآثارهم وكل شيء أحصيناه في إمام مبين وضرب لهم مثلا أصحاب القرية إذ جاءها المرسلون إذ أرسلنا إليهم اثنين فكذبوهما فعززنا بثالث فقالوا إنا إليكم مرسلون قالوا ما أنتم إلا بشر مثلنا وما أنزل الرحمن من شيء إن أنتم إلا تكذبون قالوا ربنا يعلم إنا إليكم لمرسلون وما علينا إلا البلاغ المبين قالوا إنا تطيرنا بكم لئن لم تنتهوا لنرجمنكم وليمسنكم منا عذاب أليم قالوا طائركم معكم لئن ذكرتم بل أنتم قوم مسرفون وجاء من أقصى المدينة رجل يسعى قال يا قوم اتبعوا المرسلين اتبعوا من لا يسألكم أجرا وهم مهتدون وما لي لا أعبد الذي فطرني وإليه ترجعون أأتخذ من دونه آلهة إن يردني الرحمن بضر لا تغن عني شفاعتهم شيئا ولا ينقذون إني إذا لفي ضلال مبين إني آمنت بربكم فاسمعون قيل ادخل الجنة قال يا ليت قومي يعلمون بما غفر لي ربي وجعلني من المكرمين وما أنزلنا على قومه من بعده من جند من السماء وما كنا منزلين إن كانت إلا صيحة واحدة فإذا هم خامدون يا حسرة على العباد ما يأتيهم من رسول إلا كانوا به يستهزئون ألم يروا كم أهلكنا قبلهم من القرون أنهم إليهم لا يرجعون وإن كل لما جميع لدينا محضرون وآية لهم الأرض الميتة أحييناها وأخرجنا منها حبا فمنه يأكلون وجعلنا في حاجة
Alhamdulillah, I'm sorry to tell you we have to take a break right now, but this is a great, yeah. Please record this and put it up on Guidance TV's website. It's called Recite on TV, and inshallah you'll be able to do that real easy. And we'll take this break. We'll be right back right after this. Guys, keep watching and keep guided with Guidance TV.
You're watching The Newsroom, Islam Newsroom. The news you want when you want it, from the Islamic perspective.
Now we have some websites, alhamdulillah.
Assalamu alaikum.
Who is Allah?
Maybe we'll even see somebody enter into Islam.
Excuse me, do you believe in God?
Why do we call him Allah?
One more time, everyone. Okay, good.
These are the ones that we're going to be mailing out. Ilaha. Illa. Allah.
And I bear witness that Muhammad.
That's right, we're right across the river from Palestine, as a matter of fact, here in Aqaba. The new moon, the Hilal, has been sighted for the month of Shawwal.
When the adhan is called, it doesn't matter where you are. You go and you make your salah, alhamdulillah.
Now, I think this is something that inshallah ta'ala will all be able to benefit from.
Log in now and make your contribution today to support your favorite project at donatetoislam.com.
And we are back. You're watching Guidance TV, and we're coming to you almost live, all the way from right here at our studios in Southern California. And we really want to encourage you to encourage our youth to do what? And we'd like for them to all be rightly guided and share a beautiful message with everybody. And how they can do that right now is very simple. Very simple. All they have to do is just record a video and put it up on the screen, and then we can enjoy it. Dr. Sultan is with us. Dr. Sultan, do you have any youth around you, maybe that you could tell them to do this?
Yes. I was just thinking about some youth who recite so beautifully, and they're my family friends. So I'm going to call, tonight's going to be late when I'm done with, but inshallah tomorrow I'll
upset there. I don't know how or why, but this is what we found. Anyway, so Recite on TV is a great chance for our youth to make a video of them reciting the Quran, then upload it to this website. Let me make it real easy for you to see it. There we go. reciteontv.com. reciteontv.com. All you have to do is recite a surah or a few ayahs up to you, and then make this as a video. Go to our website, and I'll show it to you again, and I'm in the way of it. There you go, reciteontv.com. And when you do that, you'll be able to not just upload, but you'll be entering a contest. The contest, according to our judges, they'll decide who is the best reciter, but not just one, 11. And then all of those who join. So let's take another phone call and see how we're doing with that. Salam alaikum. Go ahead. Alaikum salam, rahmatullah. How you doing?
I'm fine.
MashaAllah. What's your name?
Hamza.
Hamza. How old are you, Hamza?
3.
Huh?
3.
Wow.
Wow.
That's amazing. 3 years old? I think you're doing really good. Well, I think Dr. Sultan wants you to recite something for him. Will you do that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, please do it.
Tell him what you're going to recite.
Surah Tawakkul.
All right. MashaAllah. You want to get started?
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. والتين والزيتون وطور سينين وهذا البلد الأمين. لقد خلقنا الإنسان في أحسن تقويم ثم رددناه سافلين.
ثم رددناهم أسفل سافلين. Go ahead.
فلها كفلهم غير ممنون فما يكذب بعد بالدين عليك الله أحكم الحاكمين.
MashaAllah. MashaAllah. Very good. Very good. How old are you? 3 years old. MashaAllah. I hope you will enter the contest. And I really think maybe we should start having categories of ages, like under 10, over 10, like that. But we didn't do that this year, but maybe next year we'll do that. MashaAllah. Thank you so much for calling in, and thank you for helping us to get other people to do the same thing. وَجَزَاكُمُ khairan. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Assalamu alaikum. Bye-bye. MashaAllah. MashaAllah. MashaAllah.
MashaAllah.
I really love the chance to be with the children like this. It really is nice. And for all of you kiddos out here who would like to call in, you can do that right now. You can call in. Dr. Sultan has the number right there in front of him. Call in live, 1-800-971-4383. MashaAllah. MashaAllah. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. And if anybody else...
that 800-971
yeah,
4383.
Yeah, 1-800-971 4383. Oh, look at this. We got another caller.
Yeah.
All right. Assalamu alaikum.
To accept the call, press 1.
Yeah. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
MashaAllah. What's your name?
Ridwan.
Ridwan, MashaAllah. And where are you calling from?
Massachusetts.
Massachusetts. Wow, that's hard to spell. Is it easy for you to spell Massachusetts?
Not really.
No, me neither. And it's even hard to say Massachusetts. No. Massachusetts. Anyway, so what's the name of your city?
Lexington.
Lexington?
Yeah.
Hey, that's easy to remember, easy to say. Not easy to spell, but hey, it's okay. Anyway, so, Edwin, how old are you?
11.
11. Are you in the 5th grade or 6th grade?
I'm going to 6th grade.
6th grade, yeah. Oh, that's no school right now, is there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you like to recite the Quran for us?
Yeah.
Really? All right. I think that's a very good idea. Right now, let's do that. What would you like to recite from? What surah?
يا أيها الذين آمنوا إذا تداينتم.
What's the name of the surah?
بقرة.
Ah, okay. Surah Baqarah. And what is the ayah number that you're talking about?
How about
the page ayat.
The page ayah?
How about Ayatul Kursi?
Yeah.
That's 1 page long.
Oh, okay. The one that, yeah, that's the 282, I think.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can put that up here. Because I like to let people see what we're doing as well. And, well, it's not on there anyhow. All right, go ahead and recite it. That's fine.
Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. يا أيها الذين آمنوا إذا تداينتم إلى أجل مسمى فاكتبوه وليكتب بينكم كاتب بالعدل ولا يأب كاتب أن يكتب كما علمه الله فليكتب وليملل الذي عليه الحق وليتق الله ربه ولا يبخس منه شيئا إن كان الذي عليه الحق سفيحا أو ضعيفا أو لا يستطيع أن يمل فليملل وليه بالعدل واستشهدوا شهيدين من رجالكم فإن لم يكونا رجلين ورجل وامرأتان ممن ترضون من الشهداء أن تضل إحداهما فتذكر إحداهما الأخرى ولا يأبى الشهداء إذا ما دعوا ولا تسأموا أن تكتبوا صغيرا أو كبيرا إلى أجله ذلكم أقسط عند الله وأقوم للشهادة وأدنى ألا ترتابوا إلا أن تكون تجارة حاضرة تديرونها بينكم وليس عليكم جناح ألا تكتبوها وأشهدوا إذا تبايعتم ولا يضار كاتب ولا شهيد وإن تفعلوا فإنه فسوق بكم واتقوا الله ويعلمكم الله إن الله بكل شيء عليم.
MashaAllah. All right, I got it up here. It said, "Oh, you who have believed, when you contract a debt for a specified time, write it down, and let a scribe write between you in justice. Don't let any scribe refuse to write as Allah has taught him." So that's the beginning of it, and it goes all the way down to remind everybody, and fear Allah, because Allah is the one teaching you, and Allah is the knower of all things. Wow. That's the longest surah ayah. That's the longest surah and the longest ayah in the whole Quran. And you did a good job, really good job. Do you have it memorized?
Yeah.
Wow.
No.
So you did it from memory?
Yeah.
Wow. MashaAllah, MashaAllah. I'm very, very proud of you for that. Would you like to make a video and put it up on Recite on TV?
Yeah.
You are going to do that?
Yeah.
Okay. ReciteOnTV.com. And if you do that, then we can... First of all, you'll get a gift from Guidus TV right away. But then maybe you'll even win in the top 10, which would be $100. In the number 1 position, you'll get $1,000. What do you think about that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you got any ideas what you would do if you had $1,000?
I don't know.
You didn't know? Well, you could always donate it to Guidance TV. Anyway, Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah. So be sure that you take time to record that and get your parents' permission, and then be sure that they help you to get it uploaded and play it, and let your friends know about it so they can also rate it. That's going to help everything out. MashaAllah. Thank you so much. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum. Wow. Dr. Sultan, what do you think about that?
Oh, so fantastic.
That's the biggest ayah in the whole Quran. It's a whole entire page. And memorizing just that one page, I have not memorized it yet. I have the beginning, the end, a couple pieces in the middle. And still working on it. And
well,
11 years old.
You know what? There was something very interesting. One of my friends who was Hafiz al-Quran, his brother was a physician. He retired, and he said he wanted to memorize Quran at the age of 72. So he asked his teacher that, do you think I can do it? And he said, you know what? Age has no limit. And he did it. And I have met that guy. He's in Pakistan, and I went and met him. And he's mashallah Hafiz, and at the age of 72, I started doing it. So it's Allah Ta'ala's blessing. Age is no limit. You can memorize at any time. So I have hope for you.
MashaAllah, MashaAllah. Well, that's reciteontv.com, guys. Reciteontv.com. And we encourage everybody to join us and be part of the Recite on TV contest. If you can, make a video, make sure your parents agree, and then upload it. Join us, upload it, and then tell your friends about it so they can also come and rate it. And that's a part of what we're doing too.
Yeah.
MashaAllah. Now, we've still got a few more minutes before our next break. Doctor, I would like if you would just give us a chance to know a little bit more. We were talking about the Quran and how it can affect us. Could the Quran being recited, I'm talking about I'm not talking about holding up a book and putting it on your head or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the content of it. If we recite the Quran in the Arabic language, is there any reason for us to do that to help us physically, make our body feel better, or mentally, make our mind feel better, emotionally? What do you think?
Yeah, you know, one thing that is, just let's digress a little bit from Quran and just see our day-to-day practical experience. You know, people saying they got music and they just spontaneously start dancing, laughing, interactive, you see. So that is humanly creation that has such a big impact on people's actions. Similarly, or far more than that, Quran has a lot more effect on our soul. I remember reading about, there was one musician from France who went to Saudi Arabia, and he listened to melodious Quran, and he said, what kind of music is that? You see, so when he was told that this is no music, it is Quran, and he said, because he's a teacher of music, and he said, oh my God, this is so beautiful music to the ears. And he was so impressed that he became Muslim just listening to Quran and having his melodious voice. As you were talking about yesterday, that Quran can only be understood in its own language. Translation does not justify the effect what Quran itself has. And I was just thinking about the same thing, that if you, there are beautiful poetry, there are beautiful poems in English, you listen to them, it has an impact on you. If you translate into Urdu or you translate into French or whatever language, it loses its melodiousness. So there is no comparison in listening to Quran, and especially listening to the best qaris of Quran. And you can these days you can get an app, so many apps in which so many reciters will recite Quran so beautifully to uplift your soul. Just even if you don't understand Arabic, just listen to the melodious voice and how it rhymes with each other, and you will enjoy the beauty of Quran. And once you understand it in Arabic, that is altogether a different impact on the soul.
I think you're absolutely right, Doctor. This is something that I've been fascinated with since coming to Islam, and then learning that the Quran in the Arabic language is not the same as a translation, and then also that people reciting the Quran and giving off this feeling by listening to it. It's an amazing thing. I wonder, I have talked to people that are blind, and they say that this is an amazing thing and it really cheers them up and feels good. But I have also met people who are deaf. They can't hear any sound at all, but yet they love the Quran, and I'm wondering, what is it about the Quran that appeals to somebody that is deaf? I don't understand. I didn't get to ask them that, but I just now thought about it. There are actually a group called the Deaf Muslims here in America, and I wish I would have thought to ask them about that. Do you have any idea about a person who can't hear, but yet they would like to, they enjoy the Quran? Are they reading it or what?
You mean they enjoy the recitation of Quran? Listening to the Quran?
I don't know, because I didn't ask them. Yeah. I know they said they love the Quran, but I got to thinking, if it's not the recitation, are they just looking at the characters on paper, or what is it? Do they get a feeling out of it? I don't know.
And that's a really amazing news to me. I've never heard that before. But maybe what they're talking of, you see, there is one thing Allah Ta'ala has created in our bodies, that if it takes away one of the powers, the other powers increase. So when you're deaf, maybe your visual perception, your visual depth increases, and when you look at the words and you in your own mind you recite that thing, because they can read, recite that, it gives them a various joy, just like you reading a literature, uplifting literature. It just has a positive effect on you. So I guess that is, but it's a very good question to ask some deaf Muslims, that what do they really enjoy about Quran. But that's a news to me, and a good news.
All right. Well, I see that Dr. Adil is back, and let's get his take on this. Dr. Adil, Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
MashaAllah. Doctor, we have a question, and maybe you know the answer to it. I have interviewed, and actually we traveled with one of our brothers who is not sighted, and he never had sight since the time he was born. And so when he travels with us, he is very much impressed with, and he's able to recite the Quran in amazing ways. But one of the things that happened when we started Guidus TV 10 years ago, we were in Chicago in a very big display area for our first broadcast. And some of the young people there came up to me and they said they're a part of the deaf Muslims. And they were using sign language, but not sign language, but deaf. Yeah, they were using the sign language to understand. And some of them could make sounds and talk to us through an interpreter that knew the sign language. And one of the things that they were saying is how much they love the Quran. And I just now thought about it tonight, listening to the reciters who call in on 1-800-971-4383. I mentioned that because I want you guys to still keep calling in. And they said they love the Quran, but I'm wondering, what do they love looking at it, or do they love reading it? Or have you ever talked to any of the deaf Muslims about this?
I've talked to quite a few blind Muslims who memorize Quran, and in my life also I know that in Egypt there's quite a few blind sheikhs and visually impaired that have really became giants in memorizing Quran, teaching to others, and he will tell you on this letter you have to have fatha. Said, I'm looking at the Quran, said, how could you know? How could you? That's how good that they, and that corresponds to what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, إِنَّهَا لَتَعْمَلْ الْقُلُوبُ وَلَكِنْ تَعْمَلْ الْأَبْصَارُ. The real lack of vision, it's in the hearts, not in the eyes. That is the that's the real impairment, because the eyes may not be able to see, but the heart can see, and that is really very beautiful, beautifully said in the Holy Quran. So the blindness is not for the eyes. The blindness is in the heart. So I could have blind eyes, but beautiful vision in the heart, and that really have been seen by so many people who can relate and have knowledge in the Quran and can memorize the Quran, can have tilawah with no mistakes. It's very amazing. The people who and they have now Braille for Muslims, and I met a couple of brothers who in Texas and others who actually have started this beautiful, and they go to convention and so on, and they have Braille, Quran by Braille. But those who have hearing problems, I have not come across that many. I've seen them in talking in language, but I didn't have the opportunity to ask them about this.
We really need to find out why they say that they love the Quran, because if they didn't hear it, I guess they like to read it. I don't know. Anyway, we got to take a break. We'll be right back right after this. Guys, I really encourage you to record your video and upload it on Recite on TV, inshallah. We'll be right back right after this. This is how you can help us stay on the air and keep going and growing.
You're watching The Newsroom, Islam Newsroom. The news you want when you want it, from the Islamic perspective.
Now we have some websites, alhamdulillah.
Assalamu alaikum.
Who is Allah? Maybe we'll even see somebody enter into Islam.
Excuse me, do you believe in God?
Why do we call him Allah?
One more time, everyone. Okay, good.
These are the ones that we're going to be mailing out. Ilaha. Illa. Allah.
And I bear witness that Muhammad.
And that's right, we're right across the river from Palestine, as a matter of fact, here in Aqaba. The new moon, the Hilal, has been sighted for the month of Shawwal.
When the adhan is called, it doesn't matter where you are. You go and you make your salah, alhamdulillah.
Now, I think this is something that inshallah ta'ala will all be able to benefit from.
Log in now and make your contribution today to support your favorite project at donatetoislam.com.
And we are back. You're watching Guidance TV, but we're really promoting another one of our websites. We have over 4,000 websites. I'd just like to make sure you know that We're broadcasting all over the world on so many platforms. Satellite, apps for the phone, websites, social media, and it goes on. And how you can be a part of that for no money. You don't have to donate any money. You don't have to give us anything. But you can still be a part of it and get rewards by doing what? Recording a video for us and then putting it up on reciteontv.com. Let me let you see this. Now I'm out of the picture and now you can see it. You can also call in live anytime we are live. 1-800-971-4383. And the biggest thing is to make your video and reciteontv.com, upload it there, and then you'll get a gift right away. We will send you a gift immediately. You are qualified to get one, and then after the judging, then maybe you'll win first prize, which is $1,000. Or maybe you'll win from 1 to 10 other prizes, which is $100. And always, everybody who enters, we will be sending out a free gift. All right? So with that, we're going to come back to our doctors who are with us. We have Dr. Adil. He is in Tampa, Florida. Assalamu alaikum, doctor.
Alaikum salam. Adding to the point system, would you like to gain 50 rewards or credit for free with every time you drink water?
To drink water and I get what? Wait a minute.
50 rewards, 50 in your bank account.
With Allah. Okay, rewards, a bank account with Allah, and I'm going to, I get 50.
Every time you drink water. So I'll tell you how it's done. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, "Man ja'a bil hasana falahu ashra amthaliha." If you get with a good deed, you get 10 times the rewards. On the other, conversely, وَمَنْ جَاءَ بِالسَّيِّئَةِ فَلَا يُجْزَى إِلَّا مِثْلَهَا. If somebody did a bad deed, you only get pointed once. وَهُمْ لَا يُظْلَمُونَ. They will never be, shortchanged, or they will not have, wronged or done unjustly. This is in Surah Al-An'am, verses 160. So here we go. Every time you drink water. So with number 1, Bismillah, before you drink. So this is 10. Number 2, drink with the right hand. That's 20. Number 3, when you drink in the sitting position according to Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Don't drink while standing because it is going to go right through your body.
Well, let's go. Wait a minute. Let me try to catch this. You said there. So far, we have 3 things. Number 1, say Bismillah. Number 2,
you get 10 rewards. Number 2, drink with the right hand.
Right.
So you get another 10. That's
okay.
20. Number 3, when you drink, do it while sitting. Don't drink while standing.
Okay, I got all of that. Okay, what's number 4?
That's how he used to drink, in the sitting position. And I know there was a little video, I think done in Turkey, when the difference between the drink while sitting and while standing. While you're standing, it goes right through you. While sitting, it goes into your system and benefits. Number 4, you do exactly what Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, the Sunnah. You do it on 3 sips. You drink a little and stop. You take a breath.
3
sips.
You take
a second sip, and stop and take a breath. And then the third one. And in each one, this is number 5, you say Alhamdulillah. So if you do 5 steps, each one you get 10 hasana, 10 credits. So for each drink of water, just simple drink of water, you get 50 hasanat, 50 rewards. That's an incredible deal. So make sure that everybody, when they drink water, number 1, say Bismillah. Number 2, drink with the right hand, not the left hand. Number 3, drink in the sitting position, not standing. Number 4, take 3 sips. Don't just gulp it, and have a little breath, because believe me, when people at the time of iftar, for instance, drink water too much like this and gulp it, they get indigestion, they get burn, and they get pain actually in the stomach from those. So you got to have a little bit of sip, and then a little, a breath, sip and a breath on 3 different, and then when you finish drinking, alhamdulillah, you thank Allah. So you get 50. Hey, that's a great deal. If every people who are looking on deals, this is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is giving us a great deal. And while drinking water, you make a lot of hasanat, getting a lot of rewards.
MashaAllah, MashaAllah. Now, I like what you started with. If somebody does one bad deed, Allah doesn't multiply that. They just have one bad deed. If they repent from it, that's even a good deed. And then, but now you're saying that I can do something to get 50 good deeds just by drinking water if I know what I'm doing with that. Let me think. Let me see if I got it all down now. Catch me if I'm wrong. Number 1, say Bismillah.
Bismillah, excellent.
Before you start, right?
Yes, Bismillah.
I got that. All right. Number 2, use the right hand.
Right hand, excellent.
I got that. All right. Number 3, sit down.
Sitting position, not standing position.
Not standing. Do I have to sit cross-legged, or I can just sit in a chair?
Sit in a chair. Sit in a chair. That's fine.
Okay, I got that. Number 4, I'm going to take a sip, and then I'm going to breathe, and then I'm going to take another sip, and then I'm going to breathe, and then I take another sip, and that's 3 sips, right?
And in the end?
But I want to make sure that's right.
Yeah,
that's number 4. Okay, and then at the end, I should be thankful, and I should say, Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
All praise to Allah, all thanks to Allah. Alhamdulillah. Okay. And now, does that, I have another question. Does that work for coffee too?
I don't know. Allahu Alam. But this is specifically with every drop of water, because a lot of people take it for granted. And your body is 80% water. Allah said, for every living creature, we have made it out of water. So it's very important. While you're drinking water, you're getting a lot of rewards. Just following these simple things, hey, that's a great deal. And then teach to the kids, the reading the Quran, so it becomes a lifestyle. And there's a lot of benefits to it. Actually, there's also benefits in the salah for the gastrointestinal system that will help in the digestive system. So if somebody have indigestion, which is a frequent problem, I know there's people try Pepto-Bismol, try to go with a lot of called H2 receptor blockers like Pepsid and other things or the number 1 prescribed medication is called proton pump inhibitors class. I'm sure Dr. Sultan knows, like Prolisac and then over the counter, and Nexium over the counter, and so on. But if simply someone knows that if they have indigestion and they have this, what is the best way? Just make wudu and then 2 rakahs, and then and in the movement, just a simple movement with no preservatives, with no sodas, with no carbonated beverages, with no, all that should be, we already discussed that before. But the actual movement of the person during the ruku', it compresses on the stomach and actually in the gallbladder as well as the small intestine, and it helps to secrete a lot of digestive enzymes. And we see this very importantly, how it is that with the liver, for instance, and how to increase the efficiency of all the digestive enzymes that will lead to the stomach and the small intestine, and it helps to dissolve, for instance, fat, and it helps through the enzyme called lipase to turn it into amino acids and glycerol, which some people will help to do that, and it will also help to avoid constipation. And it will, Dr. Sultan mentioned on that yesterday about, going to the bathroom and so on. And how would you do it in a healthy, poop, healthy, going to the bathroom without constipation. And subhanAllah, in the movements, and the ruku' and sujood, all that will help the digestive system, will help the movement of the diaphragm, so it will decrease the person from having this flatulence, indigestion, constipation, heartburn, and then will help also to help the blood flow into these areas, and especially when you do the sujood, the blood flow increases to the brain and the and that kind of helps the concentration and the ability to think deeply about the prayer. So it increases your spiritual value during the prayer. So whatever you do, every single movement of the person done during the prayer. So if you have digestive problem, make wudu and two rakas. If you have flatulence and constipation, do 2 rakas and constipation. Any dyspepsia, any problem with the GI tract, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have given us this.
MashaAllah, MashaAllah. That's great. That I like the fact that you get a benefit here in this world, and then you get a bigger benefit, I guess, in the next world, right?
Yes, and of course, you know, when people go through now, the most important thing with ulcers, stomach ulcers, because of the anxiety and the stress, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give a kind of a confirmation of the nature of the human being. إِنَّ الْإِنسَانَ خُلِقَ هَلُوعًا. The human being have been created in panic. إِذَا مَسَّهُ الشَّرُّ جَزُوعًا. You know, if something bad happened, they go into panic mode. وَإِذَا مَسَّهُ الْخَيْرُ مَنُوعًا. If they will hold. If there's something good that happened to them, then they will hold. You know, Allah gave $1 billion. You don't want to give to maybe a couple of $1,000, you know, to help out. Then they will hold it. Illa, with the exception of Musallin. That is the only exceptional category of people. Illa Musallin, with the except of those who keep الَّذِينَ هُمْ عَلَى صَلَاتِهِمْ دَائِمُونَ. Those who keep praying on regular times and permanently. This is in Surah Al-Ma'arij in 23. So you get benefit for the body, for the GI tract, and also benefit for the soul, and benefit for the psyche, for the mental wellness. So you're not going to go through this flip-flopping from panic into complete miserness, because you will be in the category of musallin, or those who keep on praying on regular times, and they're permanent to have. So they will get additional bonus.
MashaAllah. Well, guys, if you haven't decided yet whether or not you want to upload a video, let me tell you some of the benefits of that. We're talking about the rewards that you could get. Do you know that if you help somebody come to Islam, or whatever thing that you did to help somebody come to Islam, that the reward is better for you than a bunch of red camels? And today, maybe if somebody gave me a bunch of red camels, I would not be too happy, because in this part of California, you can have 1 horse or 2 horses, but I don't think you can have a whole bunch of camels. I'm not sure. But what it means, though, that you will have something better than that. And that, at that time, was a real good deal, to have a lot of camels. And in another riwayah or narration from our Prophet, peace be upon him, he told us that if you help somebody come to Islam, then something you did to help that person get to Islam, then Allah, He will reward you with something better than the whole universe.
Better than anything on life.
And everything in it. So, if you haven't decided yet, let me give you some encouragement about this, guys. One of the things that I would like to encourage you about, first of all, let me let you see it. It's reciteontv.com. That website, reciteontv.com, is available for you to upload your videos. You can upload your video right there, and then immediately you qualify for a gift. And we will send gifts out at the same time we distribute the first prize and the next 10 prizes. First prize is $1,000. Then we have 10 more that will be $100 each, and then we have the gifts that we're going to give out to everybody. So even if you don't win the top 11 prizes, you still get a great gift from Guidance TV, and we would like for you to share this information with others, because there are not going to be any ads involved in this. Nobody's going to be using your names or your information to send out different products and things like that. No, this is straight up something from our hearts to help you and be encouraged to learn the Quran, recite the Quran. One of the things that we stress very big on our websites is to know the meaning of what you're reciting. And so I think that this is a good chance for me to ask Dr. Adil about this, because he, in addition to being a great doctor, which we consider him to be one of the greatest, but he also is a very good Muslim, understanding about the Quran and about the recitation. So let me ask him that question now. Dr. Adil, you still with us?
Yes.
Let me see if we can bring him back
Yes,
up
sir.
here. Yeah, there you are. All right. Can you tell us a little bit more about reciting the Quran and some of the benefits? Like if somebody learns the Quran and teaches it, is that a big benefit?
Absolutely. Absolutely. There is remember, I think we mentioned the rights of the Quran. That book of Allah have rights on each and every one of us. Number one, to read it. Number two, to do it, not only the reading, but with the tartil, with the proper pronunciation and proper tajweed. So remember the tajweed that we say beautification of the Quran, because Allah said to Rasulullah, وَرَتِّلِ الْقُرْآنَ تَرْتِيلًا. It's a clear order from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and to us, of course. And you take the time to it. And every day, when we read, and you keep on reading, just like going to the gym, you're trying to improve your skills by the movement of the jaw, the tongue, the larynx, and for those who are interested in phonetics and languages, they really know that, subhanAllah, the only language that it's untwisted, that is straightforward, غَيْرِ ذِي عِوَجٍ, lisanan Arabi, with an Arabic tongue. This is straight from the Quran. That there's غَيْرِ ذِي عِوَجٍ, there is no crookedness in the Arabic tongue. So the Arabic tongue, that's the language of the Quran, and that comes through the proper way of saying it, through these synchronized movements of the tongue, the jaw, and the larynx, and through the proper exit points. So this is a science called tajweed, or how to improve and beautify the way the reading of the Quran. Then you go to the third, and everyone really should do the best effort. And Allah loves the effort, especially for those who struggle, and the people who read Quran with beautiful tajweed, they're with the angels. And those who are struggling, they get double their words. So each one will get a great deal from just trying and attempting. And you do this with scholars, but now, alhamdulillah, Rabbil Alameen, there's so many things on Guidance TV and others that you could be available from your mobile phone. You could do it while walking, while driving, while and just repeat. So it gets like Brother Richard, he was talking the other day about the difference between ha and ha, and everybody, you see the H sound, and right next to it, the point of exit from the throat, it is ha, Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim, and it makes it good. And by the way, I know it's a struggle first, when especially if you're not initial Arabic, all that, but it's really effort dependent. If somebody, you don't take it for granted. If somebody's born, quote unquote, with from Arabic background, but if you don't do the effort, you'll not pick it right. So it's not like automatic thing. You have to work hard on it. You got to spend time and effort. And we've seen those kids, mashallah, those who called and recite the Quran and all that. May Allah, bless them, bless their parents who put the effort and stay with it till you love the Quran and becomes a second nature in whatever you do. And then the third is understanding. What is Allah trying to tell us? Allah is talking to us straight. There is no tarjuman. There is no intermediaries. Allah is talking to us directly in the Quran through His book. So we have to understand what the message is, what the do's and don'ts, and so on, because that will ultimately benefit us all. Muslims and non-Muslims alike. This is the guidance for all mankind, without any exception. And number 4, to really apply what you've learned into daily life. Allah said, don't drink alcohol. Don't do harm. Don't do any mischief. Don't shortchange. Establish justice. Establish 5 daily prayers. Give the mandatory charity to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. All these things, and do at least once in a lifetime pilgrimage to Mecca, 5 pillars of Islam, if you can afford it physically and financially. So these are absolute things that we have to do to fulfill that we actually heard, read, understood the message of Allah, and now we're applying. Because what good is it to read it and not really apply it in real life?
Well, I see that we run out of time again, mashallah. And I just now opened up the thing so I could see a little better, and I realized Dr. Sultan has been sitting there all this time. I thought he didn't come back. Dr. Sultan, salam alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
MashaAllah.
This is a learning experience for me.
Yeah?
I learned a lot of things in here from both of you, Adil and you. So it is a spiritual experience for me every day, coming in here and listening to both of you.
Jazakallah khair. We would like to see how we can boost each other, like the building building blocks, how we could, strengthen kind of each other.
Sure.
Yeah,
I'd love to get guidance.
Yeah, we all need to get guided with Guidance TV. We're out of time, so let's do that. Everybody stay guided with
Guidance TV.
You're watching The Newsroom, Islam Newsroom. The news you want when you want it, from the Islamic perspective.
Now we have some websites, alhamdulillah.
Assalamu alaikum.
Who is Allah?
Maybe we'll even see somebody enter into Islam.
Excuse me, do you believe in God?
Why do we call him Allah?
One more time, everyone. Okay, good.
These are the ones that we're going to be mailing out. Ilaha. Illa. Allah.
And I bear witness that Muhammad.
That's right. We're right across the river from